All right, people, you asked for it. Let's do it. Okay, first thing we're going to do with this four-legged walk is we're going to, as always, reference. Reference is very important. So I have broken down on Sync Sketch this reference here, and we will go over this. But as you can see, these are going to be our poses. It's the ups and downs that we're looking at that are very important. So we got these poses. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Yeah, back to the start cycle. So we've got our, these are the high points on the hips, low points on the chest, the highest point, then it starts coming down. Then we got the high point on the chest, and then it's going the opposite way on the opposite leg. Yeah, okay, so we got that. And most importantly, we're also going to be looking at the front. So as you can see here, the chest is always angling towards the leg going forward, right? So you're obviously it's reaching out. So we've got to make sure we get those right. The rotations is going to be on all axes, Z. We're just going to concentrate on Y first, then we'll start adding in all the other ones. The lean. And as you can see here, the back at the start is neutral first. That kind of follows later, you know. But then as we get, it's slightly offset, you know. You can see the hips are slightly offset to create that S shape. But as you can see, halfway through the contact, the opposite way to the start, we can see that there, right? We can see that. And then obviously the end is back to there again. And as you can see, naturally that leg step that's coming here, it's leaning, it's going forward, right? So naturally it's going to be, it's just like the walk. It's very simple. When we break it down, it's very simple, the mechanics. So we're going to block it first. This series will be a 5-part series. We're going to block, spline, polish. So this is the blocking. So I just wanted to show the importance, the real importance of this breakdown. And you can get, I'll put a link in the description for this reference so that you can go to it. But you can obviously, you can follow this tutorial, just follow me along, okay? So let's dive in without further ado and get these poses in. All right. All right, so the first pose. The first pose will be, we're gonna do this in stepped interpolation too, right? We're gonna do it in stepped. But let's check this out. So if we go to the side view here, this is going to be back. So that will be back a bit. And we're gonna have this down. So it's gonna be down like this. Now we can exaggerate the up and downs. We'll have this a bit up. And then we can always tone them down later once the blocking's all done, right? So this is gonna be, that's locked. So we'll keep it a bit like that. And then the back one, we have this leg going back, coming up, and we're gonna have this rotating. So we're just getting these poses in. Now the other thing we're gonna do is this one. So this is going to be, let's put it around here, yeah. All right, so we've got that, right? Now the other thing we wanna do while we're here, like I said, that's the first pose. So let's go back here, the first pose. Let's look at the top. Okay, so we know the back is neutral, straight, and there's going to be an angle at the top, so we'll come here. So let's go back here. So we're always going back and forth, checking out. So this is going to stay neutral, so we'll keep that neutral. And in this, we're going to choose. So if I come here, let's bring this channel box here, because I like to work a bit like this. We'll go to Y, and we know that that leg is reaching out, so we know it's going to be like this way, yeah? Oh, another thing, as you notice there, his head's moving, right? So now what we want to do, I should have done this at the start, but if you look here, these controls, just select the head. And if you notice, you select the head. If you notice here, head follow root, right? We don't want that. So we want to put down 0. Neck follow root, we don't want that. We'll keep the stretch how they are. But now, if I do it now, you'll see it won't follow. It'll stay like that. So that's why I want to keep it. Yeah, I don't want it to affect the head. So what we'll do here, we'll start rotating out, as we can see. Yeah, so it's leaning. And in the front, we can kind of start maybe Z as well. Yeah, we have to worry about the X too much, just a little bit forward, not too much. All right, so we just basically get that down, then we can really exaggerate it later. So we've got that all working, and then what I do, I just select everything and I just key everything. Then we go to number 3, frame number 3, and then let's check out the pose there. So that is going to be, you got your contact. All right, then you've got your next pose, which is coming here. So what we see here is we go forward, it comes back, so this leg comes back, and this slightly goes up, sorry, comes down slightly. Bring this back, this leg goes up, it's coming back here, just fold this back, and then here we have this one comes forward, so this is coming forward. So we're just posing these out at the moment. This one comes back. Okay, and then we'll just key everything there. And then we'll make sure in our graph editor we're on stepped, pose for pose. Okay, so we've got that pose. What's this? Let's go to frame 1 and put the head up. Yeah, then it comes down. Then the next pose is going to be passing position. So this is starting to come up a bit, and the back is starting to go down a bit, and this is moving back a bit. This front leg is planting, so we'll just 0 out and then put that to what? 0, so it's hit the floor. This front leg here is going to be going forward, so it's coming here, and this is back leg is starting to come back. Okay, so we've got that pose. Are you with me? Are you following me? Yeah. So we're just doing this now. We're just blocking out the key poses and the breakdowns. The next one, we're gonna rotate this. This is gonna be reaching out this paw just out here. Still going up, and then this is coming back. We're moving this back. This is coming up now, the back one, and we are rotating here. So we're getting that. We'll just key everything. Make sure we got it on, yeah, we got it on stepped. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do here, we're going to go to the models, and let's go to Geo. Okay, so I'm going to go to the first frame and duplicate and press Shift P. The reason I press Shift P is to bring it out of the hierarchy, so it's here, so that I can delete it and it won't affect anything. So it's out of the hierarchy, right? And I can see it easily. Now what I want to do, basically I want to take all the keyframes on 0, middle click it to 12. Okay, and now I just want to do the opposite. So this front leg, I want to make where the left leg is, right? And then this left leg, I want to make where the front leg is. So I'm just changing it around. I haven't got the animbot. I would have done it easier, right? But I have it at work, but I can't use it here. It's only one license, so I have to do it this way. But yeah, so I'm gonna lift this up, rotate this, and just match. The other thing I need to match is, so basically I need to rotate this now the opposite way, right? Why? So at 1, we know at 1 it's going to be the same value. So all I do here is just add a minus. See? So it's going to do it the other way. It's going to reach out that way. Okay, and now I can delete this. Don't need that. It's a reference, right? So we key everything there. Make sure that's stepped. Okay, so now we've got a blocking there, right? So I would say here we'll bring the shoulder up. I mean, we can always do this later, but I just like adding it a bit. Actually, let's add it. We'll add it later. Oh, yeah, let's keep it simple, isn't it? Keep it simple, as my teacher would say. He would say, "Keep it simple, stupid." I'll go, all right. Okay, we've done that. This would have been done really easy with Animbot. All I had to do was copy all these and mirror the poses, but that's fine, you know. But we can do the same thing. To make it quicker, we'll do the same thing like I did last time. Like, you go to the 3rd frame here, duplicate that, unparent it, and then come here, and then I'll be like, this pose is going to go here, this one is going to go there. Yeah, same thing. And then where's it gone? So I've got this. It's gonna go, and this is gonna come forward. You're using the opposite legs, right? Right. Yeah, so this one's going to be forward, that's right. And that's going to be back, that's right, yeah, the opposite. Okay, we've got that, we've got all that working. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, I should add a squash and stretch. I should add that too. Okay, so now I'll just okay, so we got that, so we know that one. Now this one, we want to copy this again, duplicate, unparent, and then come here. I want to do the opposite. So copy this, copy that to there, and then this one too, copy this, copy this. Okay, what we'll do, you know what? Let's just do it with the reference. This, what was it gone? Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's do it with the reference. So we've got that there. Then the next pose is it's going to go up. So from there it goes up. And one more thing we'll do, let's select these foot controls and go ahead to auto stretch and put it as 1. Okay, we'll keep that as 1. Okay, so let's go back to 12. 12 is like that, 15 is up. When 15 is up, yeah, this is fine back here. So we're going okay, this is going back too far. This needs to be, yeah, that's fine. We got that, then it goes back. Okay, this is also too far. Wait, sorry. This one still needs to be back here. Yeah, but we need to lift it up and then bring it back. That's fine. Then we bring it back. Okay, we got that. And then let's sort this out, this rotation here. Let's leave it like that. We got y minus y, yeah, that's it. Okay, let's leave it. Let's just bring this back a bit. All right. Okay, so we've got this. That's fine. And then we have that pose, which is fine. That comes forward. Next one. So the next pose is going to hit the floor, right? So this is going to hit the floor. I'll go over the poses after I've done it all, but as you can see, we're just getting these poses in. And then this goes back. This goes down a bit. This goes up. Just having a look at the reference here. Yeah, this goes forward, this comes back. then the next pose, the paw goes up, paw comes forward, reaching out, just reaching out here like this. Torso's going up, it's coming down on here, back side, but then this leg is coming, lifting, going back and rotating the toe, and this leg is going back too. And then we just copy the end pose to the start, right? So let's have a look. All right, let me just block that all. Okay, so let's have a look at this. All right, now you can see it's a bit high there, everything, right? That's fine, we can sort that out. What we're going to do now is we'll go into the graph editor. So if I show you here, so let's look at the chest first, right? So look, if we look at the top view, we can see, right? Now, we need to go back to the reference and have a look at the top view. So if you look at the top view here, so if we put that there. All right, so now we're going to follow this top view, right? So we can see here. So the first keyframe. So if we go here, we know that rotation is right. Now let's look at the second keyframe. So if we look here, the second keyframe, the second one, it straightens out a bit. This one's starting to bend, so that's what we'll do, right? So we'll come in here. And then we'll always clean this up. So if we come here, there's a slight little, so if I'm looking at it, it's slightly straightening, right? But then you notice the back one is starting to rotate. It's starting to rotate, right? Now, the next one, if we go to the next pose here, the back one is rotating a lot. So this is where we need to put that rotation in to show the offset and how it's rotating. That's where you're going to see like the front one becomes straight. But if you notice at the start, the back one is straight. But in the breakdown, you got like the passing position, the front passing position, the back leg is, that's what's creating the S. You see this line here? That's what's going to start creating that S shape. Okay, so what we'll do, we can start rotating that, and then this becomes straight, right? You can even zero it out here if you want. And then we go to like the next frame. So if we look at that, this is why the importance of reference, right? Next frame, you can see they're both kind of rotating similar, right? So we can start to, well, we can zero this out because it's not, and then we can start to rotate a bit more. Same here, just rotate a little bit. And then we can go to the next frame and it's going to straighten, right? So we come to the next frame, we know that's straight. And this one is obviously, we've done that here already. You can see it's reaching out because this leg is forward. So you can see that's reaching out too, right? So we've got that. And then the next frame here, we're starting to see this one rotate because this leg is coming, we're starting to see that rotate this way more. And this is kind of coming back. Then the next one, then we look at the next one, the front is straight and then look, it's reaching out the other way, right? So we know that That's reaching out. We can always equal the values later, but this is straightening out, so we can zero this, so it's straight. And then obviously the next keyframe, they're both slightly same direction, right? So they are both but coming back. They're both similar direction, rotations, but they're coming. Oh, undo that. Sorry, I meant the next frame. That's it. So we can still have them going that way a little bit. That one is also kind of going that way. So we're getting that. Oh, just bring that back. So we're getting that. Yeah, and then we can clean that up. We can clean all that up. That's not a problem. So if we come back here, we can see. So if we go from here to here, we can see. We can see it moving. You see this is slightly rotating a bit more than that one. This one slightly a bit more before. That's the offset we wanted to get. All right, so we've got that. Now if we go to the graph video, so if we go to our hips here, we can see in the rotation. So you can see it all here, right? Now if I just spline that, there, you can see, right? Now all you have to do is just clean it up a bit. Just make everything a bit even, like that. The rotations, right? Obviously you can cycle, you're going to cycle that later. You can basically clean all this stuff up later. You don't have to worry about it now. And then go back to stepped. It'll look a bit more equal there. All right, so we've got the back working. Now at the front. So if we look at the front, again here, you can see here. So if we look here, you can see it's all messed up. So all you're doing is just cleaning this bit up. So if you come in the middle here, that's all we're doing, just cleaning it up a bit. And then we can just break that out. So we've got that happening there. And then if we play it now, see, you'll get cleaner curves there. Right? The only thing here I would say is, let's see the values. So if we spline that again, all you're looking at is, what's that, 3.5 square? Yeah, that's fine. So that's fine, right? I would just say match these values. Just match these up. And then just have a look now. See, you're getting that kind of twist happening in the torso. And that's the key thing. I'll just have a look at these values here as well. I think there. So you just want to equal out the values. So let's have a look. So that's for all right. These are all right. That's 0, 0. That's fine. Yeah, that seems all right. That's fine. So we can just let that play. Okay. So we've got that. So this is to show you, you basically got the dynamics down, right? And now the other thing you want to do is, if you look in the front view, if you look in your passing position, this position, right? So the weight is on this leg. Okay, so let's say around here. Now you just want to make sure that you're leaning that way, right? Because the weight is there. And then when you come back, the weight is on this leg, right? So if we look here, the weight is on that leg, yeah. So you just want to get that in. And then to smooth that out, you just come here. And again, you just Same as spline, that's all you're doing, right? You're just trying to break it down like that. So if we spline that there, right, we've got that kind of what's that, 0.01. Copy that and just paste it here. Make sure it's not minus. And yeah, that's it. You just want to make sure it's all equal. Then you can just straighten these out, the tangents. But we'll do that later when we have to cycle it more smoothly. But for now, that's just a little habit I do, but good habit, but you know, not important at the moment. So if we just do it like that, and then obviously the other thing you can do is, you see the legs here, so we basically want these more in, right? So we'll have it like that. And then what I'll do, I'll come here and just delete all of this, so they're always a bit narrow. Okay, and then the same thing with the back one here, we put it in a bit there, and again delete the rest, because otherwise it's going to pop, and you know, that looks a bit better, right? And even with the back legs, what we'll do, we'll just bring them in a bit, and again we'll delete, and we'll come here and just bring them in a bit, just to neaten things up a bit in the blocking. The more you can get kind of sorted out in the blocking, you know, the better. But we've got all that working, you know. So this is the main thing with this, is the mechanics are working, right? You wanna, don't worry about the tail, don't worry about the head or anything like that. The other thing we're not going to do is, I think this back is moving too high. So let's have a look here. So if you look here, I think it's going too high, right? Again here, what's happening? Look at the reference. We got the reference. Yeah, we got the reference here. So what's happening? At the start, the hips are going up, and they're going up. So they're going up, and they're going up, and then they're going down. So actually we could start it a bit lower, then it's going up, then it starts going down, and then it's going down, and then it's going up, down. So it's going up, up, down, down, up, down, down. Yes, we've got down, and then it's going up again, which it is. Yeah. We go here, up, up. That's the high point, right? That's highest. Down, down, then okay, so that's there. Yeah, no, that's it. Then it goes up again, then it's coming down, and then down. Okay, that's it. We've got it now. So if we have a look at that, and then it's going to go back down. Yeah, then it's going back down to that one. See, that's just going up. So if we just pull that. Okay, so we've got it. That's a bit more toned down, right? That's fine. We just want to check out these values. That's fine. And that one and that one. This value. So this one and this. And then these middle ones. These are our in-betweens here. And recycle that. Okay. Just save this. Don't want to lose it. Always save your work. And then block that out. So if we look now, and we can always refine that later. The other thing we want to do is the front one. Have a look at that up and down as well. Okay. So we've got a down, yeah, then it goes up, then it goes up. So it goes up here. I'm just looking at the reference from the, and it goes up again. So it starts off, how does it start? It starts off down, down, up, up, and then down, 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 up, up, and then down. Yeah, it's doing that. And then what we need to do is the same. Yeah, that's fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to just copy this pose, copy these values. So that goes down, and then that goes down here. These down values, we're just going to copy so they're equal. I think this is the same. Yeah. Okay. That is the same as this one. Yes, okay. And we can just do a bit of a, there, keep it like that. And we can just flatten these off. To be honest, we can just match these. So we've got a nice match there. Okay, and then we can just block this out. Now we can tone this down if we want. Well, I think we should tone it down. Just bring these down a bit. Don't know why this is a bit slow, but what we'll do, we'll just tone it down. So if we look now, you can see maybe a little bit higher. Right, we don't want it too high. So if we look now, let me see, this all's blind. Sorry. So we look now, we've got a kind of, we've got a mechanics working here, right? We can polish the feet and all that. Little sliding there, we'll do all that. Little things we can do. So for example here, if we go to animation, motion trail, okay, have a look here, see the spacing. So we don't like the spacing. So here it could be a bit, we could just bring it in the middle here. Yeah, so you get a bit more, it's a bit more smoother there. And then we can go to the next one here. Do the same thing, motion trail. So you know, refining in motion trailers like this is, you know, it's good to do. You're just kind of spacing things out so the cycle is a bit more smoother. Okay, and then you check out the back as well. So we're just trying to get the spacing right here. Okay, let's copy this. Come here. Okay, that's fine. Just move that forward. Okay, have a bit back, copy that to the front. We could move this a bit forward. Get a bit more of a cycle there. Okay, and then lastly, let's get, was it this one? Have a look at this. This seems to be spaced out nice. Yeah. Might be flicking a bit quick there, but we can sort that out. Oh, that might be something there, and then copy that. Feels a bit better there. All right, so we got all that. So we're just getting the mechanics working. That's the main thing that we want to do. Okay. So it was faffing around there, but the other thing, one more thing we need to do. If you look at the back here, like with the front, find out where the weight is on the leg, right? So the weight is on this leg. So have the, and in the middle, the weight is on this side, right? So we just want the hips to move side to side. So if we look here, okay, we've got a little, I think it's kind of like this, but let's see. Translate, let's just mirror that and take the minus off. So we've got, yeah, we're moving side to side. Okay, so you've got a little, so you got your mechanics all working there now. Okay, it feels right, feels good. You know, the S shape is happening, and that's how you block out the mechanics, the right mechanics, by looking at the reference. So we got the reference here, right? We were looking at all of this, and we were also most importantly, looking at the front, the top, to see how the hips are. So go along with this, and just block it out, make it solid. It is a bit of a process. It's taken what, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. We did it a bit, we could have done a bit earlier, but we just faffed around a bit, just, you know, but that's animation, right? Back and forth. But have a go. The next video will be splining, we'll be refining it a lot more. And when we come to polish, we'll really start bringing the shoulders up and everything. We'll probably start, in fact, I would say let's do it next. We'll do the shoulder stuff next. We'll just see how that is, and then we'll spline it, clean it up, and then we'll start adding more stuff. Okay, oh, I almost forgot the head. So the head basically goes up. The head goes up when the back hips more or less go up. So the head is up there. The third one down. This comes down, yeah, and then we get here, it goes back up, then it goes down, and then we'll just work on that. So if we come here, there's the head, so we'll just start keep it the same consistency like this, same as the hips basically. Alright, we could tone that down a bit, doesn't have to be too much. That's fine, we can always refine that later. But there you go. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, don't forget to check out Maya Animation Mastery. There's more of this in there. I teach you how to master fundamentals, because once you master that, you can pretty much animate anything you want. So check that out, link in the description. Please like, share, subscribe. Channel is growing over 6,500 now, so slowly, and I will be bringing out more content. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.